All right, guys, so just a couple things, injury notes from practice today. Brian Breezy left practice with, he got poked in the eye. We'll get him evaluated. A.T. Perry missed practice with an illness. And Calvin Throckmorton and Marshawn Lattimore both came out here, got through individual, and then we pulled them out. So, again, I don't think either one of those are, I don't think any of that's real significant, but that's where we're at.
That is how positive it was. You told us yesterday to be back. He looked really strong out there also today, number 80.
Yeah, he had a good day today. So it was good to see. So, yeah, it was a good day for Jimmy.
Dennis, when you were dealing with the crowd noise, was that to help the defense with the communication?
It's a little bit of both, right? I mean, we had to go on silent count offensively, which we have to be better at. And then also, defensively, you're going to have to communicate in the crowd noise. And look, the biggest thing is we got to be able to operate those situations and not beat ourselves. So there's some things that obviously we got to get cleaned up, but we'll continue to work some of that.
And dealing with that crowd noise, could that be also that you would start the music sooner when the offense is in the huddle trying to call a play?
Yeah, Bobby, we could potentially do that. Obviously, yeah.
The communication.
Yeah, the whole deal. Yeah, the whole deal.
What kind of camp has Malcolm Roach had? I mean, we've heard his teammates say time and again how valuable and how versatile he is.
Yeah, look, I think he's had a good camp. I think he's a lot more sudden and explosive than maybe where he's been at in years past. So that's been good to see. I think that's a player that's gotten better throughout this camp.
Dennis, we saw Shaq had that really good game in the preseason game. What have you liked about how he's building on that?
I think he's just progressing. He's a guy that small school guy that came in here. I don't know if he knew whether the ball was pumped or stuffed when we first started out, but he's worked extremely hard. He's gotten in the playbook. He understands what he's supposed to do, and he's made some plays down the field. So that's been good to see.
It's kind of beneficial too. Like, he's a big guy. You want to see guys utilize what they've got.
Yeah, and so he's made some plays in a contested environment, and that's I think that's big for the bigger players, the bigger receivers. He's going to be a guy that's going to have to win some contested catches, and he's done a good job of that.
You noticed Isaiah Foster rotating in a little bit more today. Was that just because the camp was out, or because then you guys saw something?
I think a little bit of all of it. I think he's gotten a lot better. I think he's improving. He's not the finished product yet, but yeah, I think I've seen some significant strides in the last, call it 10 days to 2 weeks.
Coach, how are you dealing with all those penalties? 14 on Sunday, 8 the previous week?
Yeah, I think I addressed that yesterday. We watched every single one of them, talked about what we could do better. Talked about the pre-snap penalties being something that we totally control, so we'll continue to work on that.
Dennis, to follow up on Foster, I know he's still incredibly young, work in progress, but what are the next steps you're kind of talking through, or what you want to see from him?
Say that again? I'm sorry.
I know Foster's super young, but what are the next steps you want to see in camp?
Yeah, I think probably the biggest thing when you look at the last game, I think it's the finish. I think there was a lot of good things that I saw. On the initial part of the play, there's a few plays that I'd like to see him be able to finish better. So I think that's probably the next step for him.
You're confident Jimmy's medical situation is clear now, and he's figuring out how he's going.
Yeah.
Dennis, now putting the medical situation aside, are you impressed at how fast Jimmy's gotten back into football shape? And I mean, is he back to kind of ramp him up? Do you feel like he's back to where he needs to be?
Yeah, look, I thought he looked good today. I think, we're going to keep evaluating that, but, certainly that was good to see the type of day he had today. He's a big target, and, made some plays in a contested environment, a couple of plays across the middle, a couple of red zone plays. So things that I've seen him do in the past, I saw him doing today, and that's a good sign.
Dennis, you have addressed, I think, this earlier, but it seems like that he's progressed like Carl Grandis and Daniel Pasio. like he seemed like he's always being disruptive?
Yeah, look, he's done a good job for us. He, along with a lot of the other guys, on the defensive line, we've had a lot of batted balls, and whether it be in practice or game situations, it's something we hadn't had a lot of in the last few years. So that's been good to see. I think he gives us some versatility in terms of being able to play on the edge, also play some inside. So I think he's a valuable piece to what we're doing defensively.
Again, it's just a logistical thing. Will Alvin go on the suspended list at the same time?
I think that's my understanding as we sit here right now. Hadn't been something that we talked a ton about, but we still got a few days before we get down to cutdowns.
With the joint practices not happening, does that affect the plans in terms of maybe snaps for starters?
Look, again, I kind of addressed that yesterday too. So, no, I don't think that has any effect on what we do in the game.
With that 53-man roster cut down looming, what's the big thing you're looking for some of the guys that are fighting for spots? Is it more about special teams, or are there other ways that guys
I think it's a combination of things. We take all those things into account, and if a guy's not getting significant snaps on offense or defense, he's got to add value on game day. Well, how do you add value on game day? You have to add value through special teams. So I think all those things are taken into account.
When you're building that, are you building the roster out looking at starters depth and then kind of filling out the rest, or is it kind of a position by position look? How does that actually get looked at from a coaching perspective?
Well, I think you're looking at the total picture in terms of the football team, the individual position coaches typically are kind of looking at their position and what fits for their position and the roles within that particular group. Coordinators are looking at their side of the ball and how does it affect their side of the ball. Obviously, Riz is looking at special teams, and myself, Mickey, Michael, Kai, Jeff, we're all kind of looking at the whole totality of the team and how everything fits. No, I mean, he's going through the rehab process, so that's all I got.
You saw light days for Cam and Ramchick. Were those just vet reps?
Yeah, vet rest days.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
What's your review 4 weeks in or whatever we're at now? How do you feel like you're coming
I don't even know where we are really. But I mean, so far so good. Some ups, some downs, but learning from those mistakes, and the goal is to not make the same mistake twice.
Was last week, especially the receivers that they have, not only that you faced another team, but a team loaded at that position, was that a good gauge for you?
Yeah, most definitely. I knew a former guy over there that I played with at Tennessee, so going up against him and kind of going against the greats like Keenan and those guys was exciting. It was fun too, so yeah.
Alontae, do you sense or feel your improvement in this camp? It seems like you're ascending.
Man, I don't really know. I feel like I'm kind of staying the same right now. I feel like it's just coming with like learning curves and things like that. I'm just really hard on myself. So when I make a mistake at nickel, I don't really care how good I do at corner. I feel like it just kind of evens out to where it's just a basic day for me. So I don't really know.
How do you feel along the slide?
Give or take, I have some good plays on good days, and I have bad plays as well. So, but like I said, whenever I make a mistake in the slot and I go outside at corner and I have success there, I don't really lick my chops about it. I just kind of just take it and say it is what it is. Just until I guess I can make a lot of success in the slot and the outside.
For you, is it a mental hurdle in that position, or is it really blocking you from getting to being 100% there?
Probably just the mental side of it. There's so much to see, so much to think about. Like I'll do the first couple things right, and then I might do something wrong later on in the play. And so then I kind of get my corrections on the side, and then I just kind of beat myself up a little bit, and just I have to give myself grace. I think that's something I'm really working on right now with reading some books and stuff like that. So yeah.
Alontae, I know it probably feels like a year ago, but I think it's the first time we talked to you. What happened on that touchdown in the preseason game when you were in practice?
Just miscommunication.
Yeah.
Just miscommunication.
And that goes with it being a position you haven't done a lot of.
Well, I was actually in corner. I was playing corner. That was actually in base personnel. We just had a tool that we were trying to use. We haven't really repped it a lot, and so we just had miscommunication on it.
Get any feedback from Tyrann Mathieu and Marshall Lattimore when you get back to the sidelines? Get feedback?
Yeah, those guys always give me feedback. Not even just in games, but also in practice. And I'll take it in, and I'll do the best I can to learn from it. And I just try to apply it to like the next thing that I do. But my goal is perfection, and I know I will never be perfect, but that's something I just continue to strive for.
Where do you feel like you stand on the competition on the outside right now?
I don't think I'm at a place to even think about it now. Right now, I'm just going in there, taking the reps that I take, and just let the coaches make the decision. I feel like whatever decision they make, I'll be fine with. I feel like I got a lot to learn as far as the nickel goes, and that's kind of like my main priority right now.
Is that ever tough to do, to kind of like just keep that down and focus just on like the day to day?
Yeah, I probably made my mind up on that probably maybe right before we went to LA. I just kind of told myself, like, don't focus so much on the competition. Just go out there and try to do the best you can with the reps that you get. At the end of the day, I don't control the decision that the coaches make, but I do control how I play and how I practice. So just working on the way I prepare and just the way I respond to things.
How has that helped you?
It's helped me good. I'm in a good mental space now. Going into this last preseason game, I think leaving LA, I was in a good mental place. So right now, I'm really at a good place, and I feel like just focusing on my preparation and how I respond to the negatives. I've done good so far. So, yes.
Alontae, what are you definitely doing better in year two that you can tell has come really positively?
Man, I don't know. I guess right now I would say my preparation. I've always prepared, but I guess now I'm kind of preparing better, watching more tape, taking care of my body, and like I said, I'm kind of giving myself more grace. And when I do that, when I make a mistake, I'm still hard on myself, but I kind of allow myself to like understand I'm not perfect. And so I think that's where I'm doing good at so far.
Alontae, you guys talk a lot in training camp about best on best, going up against Chris Olave a lot in camp. How good is he now in year two?
Chris is elite, man. Me and Chris, we talk all the time. We hang out all the time, and that's my guy. So he's making me better. I feel like I'm making him better. I know he talked about like his contested catches. He's made a lot of them on me in camp. So hopefully that correlates to games, and he goes into the games and goes up against great corners and does the same thing.
There's situations where, a wide receiver and a GB can win a rep in the sense like, yeah, he made a 1 in 10 catch, but I forced that 1 in 10 catch. Is that a thing, or do you kind of just have to go with it?
I mean, you just kind of got to go with it. He catches the ball on you. You got to understand, like, regardless of what you did good at the beginning of the rep, he caught the ball, touchdown or a reception, first down, whatever it be, and understand, like, you lost the rep.
You were up against Mike a couple times. How does he just look to you?
Mike looks good, man. Mike's strong and physical, so you have to kind of change your techniques up against him. And I kind of got him in a rep early, and he had got me back. But in that situation, I just took it like I won one, he won one. I didn't take it like, hey, he just killed me on this rep and scored a touchdown. I just took it as that. So, yeah.
Noah, penalty took it away last year. How bad do you want your first career?
I want it bad, but right now I'm just trying to get on the field. I'm not even thinking about that in that moment. So we'll see how I respond to it whenever it happens, though. Good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
How y'all doing? Hey, Malcolm, how are you doing?
Malcolm, DA's talked about you picking up some explosion. What did you do in the off season to kind of make yourself better in that regard?
Me and my trainer Travis, we got a good program together. We're trying to cut body fat and add muscle, get back to doing a lot more explosive lifts. Because I knew this year I wasn't going to have to be as heavy as I've been in the past. Just playing like a kind of different style of D-line this year, different mindset, I want to say. So just got to doing a lot of explosive lifts, things, getting my legs and glutes back strong, just cutting fat and shit. Oh, being in Louisiana, like it's so hot down here, it was easy to lose weight. So that's really was my off season.
What is the
how
number,
agreeable
Malcolm?
has this style been for you? Because these guys are talking about how versatile you've been, how useful you've been.
My dad always told me, you might not always be the most valued person in the room, but you always be the most valuable person in the room. And that's something that's really stuck with me just throughout playing football, just being able to play multiple positions and being able to do more. Cam always say the more you could do, and that's something that stick with me. I'm able to play nose guard, and I'm also able to play D tackle. So being able to play those two positions is two totally different things, but me learning that at an early stage of my career, how to play the nose guard position, but also just having a natural ability to play 3-tech is something that I think is taking me a long way, and to be honest, like kept me around here for a little while.
Hey man, like you're having a lot of fun this year. You
Yeah.
always have fun though. Is this year even more fun for you? Just with the opportunity?
Yeah, like, well, to be honest, I always have fun, yeah, because I know you can't have fun and be good at this game. Can't not have fun, I want to say, and play this game at a high level. But yeah, man, just the more plays you make, the more fun it comes. The more comfortable you get, the more fun it is. The more your role grows on the team. I remember coming here undrafted, free agent, you know, not knowing what was going on, you know, still having that feeling sometimes, and that's what keep me going. But I always told myself, I'm gonna have fun every day I'm in this building. I'm also gonna work my tail off. But in doing this, I know I'm enjoy every moment I'm in here, because tomorrow not promised in this league. And you know, I learned that at an early age, at an early start in this league. Tomorrow is not promised. So I'm going hard and, you know, making the most every day while I'm here and just having fun, enjoying it. Like, who wouldn't have fun? Like, I get to play football for a living, you know, so I love what I do.
I think against the Chiefs, you said you make a tackle 15, 16 yards downfield. Is that something you take pride in, just that motor?
Yeah. Running down the field, yes, because that's where the big hits come from. And I like to say, as a defensive tackle, nose guard, that's what we steal about, 15 tackles on the season. You can still, let's just add more tackles like that, but that's where big plays come from. I wish I could have got the ball out on that play. You didn't see me coming from behind him. But if you just look at my film throughout the years, I always, even with my rookie year when I didn't really know how to play the position, I always knew I knew how to run fast and I could make plays down the field and just get effort and go hard. And, I found my niche in doing that, and that's just something that's become part of my nature when I play the game, and just giving all-out effort. The more hats we have on the ball, the more successful we could be in stopping the team from scoring or gaining yards. So running down the field, trying to create those takeaways and, deliver big hits to those skilled players, just put it on their mind, when they come across the middle or, cutting back and things like that. It's something to think about.
What's it been like playing with Colin Saunders beside you?
Man, Bink is great. He bring a juice, an energy. I wouldn't say we had the same personality, but just we know when to lock in and go to work. We know how to have fun with this. Me learning from him, this guy's won 2 Super Bowls. He's bringing an experience that we never really had. We had Malcolm Brown, my rookie year, but we never really had this kind of a person that won 2 Super Bowls in a while since I've been here to our room. So he knows what it's like to play in the cold and things like that. Play when it really matters, I want to say. So he's bringing the experience to us that we need. But I'm also trying to get him different advice on techniques and things like that, how we can play blocks together. He's in at the 1, I'm in at the 3. We could play this run front like this. I play more thick on this block so he can scrape over the top, and vice versa. So we coming together, gelling good. I think last game we really got the first taste of us out there and rolling with that D-line with me at the 3 and him at the 1. So it was something that we really liked a lot, and we controlled the run game, I feel like, pretty good in doing that.
What is it kind of unique with him being a veteran that came from another team, the way he kind of came right in a way and embraced a leadership role instead of sticking his toe in the water, seeing where he fit in? It seems like he wants to be a leader on this team.
I feel like he just came in I have to say, as much as he came in and, just as himself, and, we accepted him, I want to say, just come in and being himself, and, every personality was able to come together and, mesh good, and that it wasn't somebody that came in and, tried to take over the room. He came in and, just, talked through things, and, we listened and we talked him through things, and, as much as he's learning, I'm also learning from him. able to, tell him different things like, hey man, this is how we got to run this play in the playbook, things like that, because he's still new here. So I'm able to give him a bit of a, I guess 4 years now, I get a little veteran, like, secret recipe, and he's also able to give me a little something too. Yeah,
that's official.
Yeah, that's crazy for real. Man. For real.
What is the number? Your target weight number, or what you are now?
I've been around, what I want to say, around like 293-ish to 300, like in between that range.
September will be different than August.
Huh?
I said September might be different than August because of that heat.
Yeah, you never know. But it's not even really about keeping the weight is always, my weight has always, pretty much been the same, where I've always been able to gain weight and things like that. It's just keeping the explosiveness, I want to say, staying in the weight room, staying on this regimen that I've been on, eating right. I want to say my family, my girlfriend has done a lot in helping me in that situation, eating right, making sure I'm coming home and cook meals and things like that. So that's been a plus for me. And just growing up, I want to say my body's growing up, mentally I'm growing up, and just, each and every day I'm becoming a better pro, I want to say.
You feel like this is your best self now? Probably with everything combined, you feel like this is probably the best version of yourself?
Yeah, since I've been in the league, I feel like I'm coming to my best self mentally, physically. I feel like I'm getting to that point, but it's not even like a point. Like, I just feel like I'm like, I want to say, like, and grew up, and experienced life and things like that. Things slowing down for me. The game has slowed down a lot, a real lot. Just out there, making plays and being in the backfield, striking blocks, knowing how to react to blocks, and seeing these blocks over the years so many times that, I kind of know what blocks, how I'm going to react to it, and, things like that without thinking about it.
And who's the most athletic interior defensive line?
Me. I know Binko say he played linebacker and stuff. Like, he played linebacker. I think they played the Chiefs, I think. I'm not the Chargers. The Chiefs played the Chargers. He always shows the highlight, but man, if you throw on my freshman highlights at Texas, man, you see a different beast right there. Like, I might be the best linebacker on the team if I was still at about 250. I give Didi a run for his money for real. Like, but nah, man, I embrace this role what I got, and bringing the athleticism to the D line is always something special.
So, what's the nickname for Colin?
Bink.
Bink.
Binky. You ever watched the show Arthur?
Yes.
You remember they had Binky?
Okay.
Yeah, he looked just like him. So the first day he came in, he was like, "Call me Bink." I said, "Bink." I said, "All right, I'll call you Bink then." And he told me the backstory behind it and stuff like that. We've been calling him Bink ever since. So that's his nickname.
Right. What about Rouzy? What makes him different from other rookies?
He humongous. Oh man, he like a big kid. Like, he a big kid, and the thing that's scary is that he don't even know how to play the game. Like, he don't even know he doing it right yet. You get what I'm saying? Like, I tell him, I say, bro, don't even focus on the technique sometimes. Just go run through it and just mess up the play. Because if you start thinking it'll take away from just your God-given ability. I mean, he like 6'5", 6'6", about 315, humongous, cat-like quickness, could jump off the ball. Like, he like a dream-built D lineman. You get what I want to say? Like, so him just being able to jump off the ball that fast, and I say, man, just mess the play up. Just go out there, mess the play up. They can't block you. Just go full speed, and you get tired, we get somebody in there, get some water, go back in there, go full speed. So that's really the only advice I tell them. I say, man, we could focus, after we get done with your rookie year, we could focus on the offseason, you learning the techniques of, how to play D lineman and positions you need to get your body into. But right now, just go mess up plays and just cause disruption, and that's what he's been doing.
But you're still more athletic.
Yeah. Y'all can't tell. Like, y'all can't tell. Like,
hey, when you're cleaning up a tackle down 20 yards down the field, like, I know you take out. I've seen you take out like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
What's the funniest thing someone's like said to you after you?
Man, I remember we playing the Steelers last year. We were playing the Steelers. It started snowing a little bit. 18, I think that's the receiver, Deontay. I think it's Deontay Johnson. I hope I don't get his name wrong. But like, he likes to jump back a lot. Like, he likes to run and jump back, like he playing in at recess or something like that. And like, I know as soon as he catch the ball, he go try to score it basically. So he go jump back. So I'm running to the ball hard. And in my mindset, if I'm running, I'm 300 pounds. So I'm running, somebody getting hit. Like, I'm not running just to run. Like, so somebody getting touched, somebody getting hit. And Tyron was making a tackle on him. And I come through and I hit everybody. Tyron like, oh man, Roach, man, you done took me. He said some other word. And I was like, Tyron, I'm running, somebody getting hit. And 18, I just remember 18 was like, oh man, he killed me. I said, yeah, that's what I got to do, man. And helped him up. You know, we went back to play, but that probably was one of the funniest ones because I knew I took out time. I'm like, man, he gonna be so mad at me, like, but just doing my job and playing hard, I want to say. That's it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all.
Thanks a lot, Mel.
You gotta take it seriously. So just play every game like it's your last. So just gonna give my all.
How do you feel it's been going for you so far? I know you kind of racking up tackles.
Yeah, I've had my ups and downs, but I'm just looking to improve every day. Just trying to learn from these vets in front of me, trying to learn from these older guys, trying to learn from my mistakes, just trying to improve as much as I can.
What's it like being in that linebacker room? Mario obviously has been in the league a long time. Now Jalen's in there. He's been in the league a long time. You get a chance to learn from those guys.
Oh yeah, it's a great I'm in there like amazed just hearing DeMario talk, just like how much ball he knows, how much knowledge of the game he has, just like amazing. Like he's like a football nerd. Like he knows everything. Like just watching his craft, watching him in the film room, and Pete as well. Pete's just a smart player. Jalen's been helping me a lot. My technique, a lot of the older guys have been helping me, like give me advice here and there. So I feel like it's a great room to be in for me.
What have you installed at multiple positions or primarily one?
Yeah, primarily one, just to get my feet wet, just to learn the defense. But you learn one, the more I learn the defense, the more I can like expand from there.
And which one is that?
Will.
And but you played Mike in college?
No, I played Will.
You played Will. You played a lot of special teams though, right? Like all the way through, or
in college? Or?
Yeah.
I played punt all 4 years. I was I'm all 4 core my freshman sophomore year, but I was in punt my entire time.
How is that going here? I mean, that's so hard for us to judge and know like who's standing out. But do you feel good about what
I feel good about special teams. That's one thing I've been trying to excel at because that's how undrafted guys make a name for themselves. So I've just been trying to put back some effort, of course, just trying to focus on my technique and just show out special teams.
You say, Will, there's a primary in coverage in a lot of those instances. How have you felt like that's gone for you so far?
I feel like coverage is good. I feel like that's what I excel at. Just trying to be more consistent at it is my biggest thing. Just trying to, like I said, like learn from older guys, see what their technique is, try to like put some of their technique into my game as well.
And are there any kind of big differences you've noticed coming to the NFL compared to college in that regard?
I mean, offenses are different. Like the huddle, I ain't never did the huddle. We got our calls on the sideline. And offensive formations, like all the play action stuff's different. Boot stuff, I didn't see a fullback ever. So, but yeah, just getting used to the offensive formations. But I feel like it's going pretty well with that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.